This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. A subscriber passed this along to me. I apologize. I don't know the person's name off the top of my head. Messaged me this yesterday. I was looking at it, just laughing. And I wanted to share it with you. This is a video that Business Insider uploaded recently about who the Freemasons are. And the reason I want to show you is I want to show you just how they can pretty much say nothing. And people, they create this type of prop where they don't give you any answers. You know, and it's the same stuff I always say. They pretend to act like they're a fraternity. Hey, we go out for a drink. We don't do anything in secret. You know, they're doing this now, especially. They're rolling out video after video. I talked about the BBC documentary because they're afraid, because all of this truth is flowing out there about who they really are and who they worship. Right. So they're trying to say, hey, we've got a Bible in here. So we're actually Christians. Right. Just the way you would expect Satanists to actually operate, pretending to be Christian. Right, lying through their teeth, pretending there's no secret oaths. And they put this piece out by Business Insider where they answer nothing and they pretend to be a fraternal order, you know, just like one of hey, we're like the Elks, you know, we go bowling, we do some stuff here. Don't mind the fact that we dress up like weirdos and creeps and we wear these outfits. Like, I don't know of much more embarrassing than looking at these people. When I look at them, I'm just like, what a geek fest. I mean, really, you know what I mean? Like, you're a 50-year-old man. Like, what are you doing? Look what they're wearing and how they're acting. I mean, these people need, you know, it's really pathetic and embarrassing. I always felt that way, especially about frats and things like that. To me, it was just a douche haven. You know, all these dudes, oh, yeah, we're going to have keg stands and all this stuff as a group because we can't do anything as individuals and we want to wear our logo on our shirt so people know who we are. Yeah, that's great. That's wonderful. And how's that going for you now? Okay, but a lot of those people actually from frats network into Freemasonry, and that's really the whole point of it. And it's the point of it as well, you know, because obviously a lot of these fraternities are secret societies, you know, and they indoctrinate you with some of the stuff, the hazing and all that. And then obviously some of them aren't, you know, depending on the school and the organization and whatnot. But my point being about this video, I want to show you a couple things, and then I'm going to play the video for you. You can see just how they don't have to answer anything, and people are so dumb. They go, oh, is that what Freemasonry is? They didn't answer anything. It's 5 minutes of them just beating around the bush. But there's some symbols in there I want people to take notice of, okay? Now, they go inside this lodge, and of course, they'll show you the all-seeing eye, right? Remember, the all-seeing eye represents Lucifer. They don't talk about how the all-seeing eye is on the back of the dollar bill. They don't talk about how it represents Lucifer, right? And they have this saying on the wall, throne forever, I will be his father, and he shall be my son, right? And people think that's referring to God. They think it's referring to, you know, Jesus. It's not. Okay, so you'll see the all-seeing eye, which is a common symbol. But check this out. These are two symbols you need to pay attention to. Number one, you're going to see what is people think is the Jewish star, right? Everyone thinks, oh, yeah, it represents Israel. Okay, well, first of all, this star is represented in Jewish mysticism. It's represented in magic. Okay, Freemasons practice mysticism and magic. That's why they call it the craft. Okay, right? Go on any Mason website. Listen to these guys talk. They call it the craft, right? And what do we? Witchcraft, craft, right? There's black craft, all this stuff, all these companies of craft that are all satanic. But you see how they have this on the star, what we are told is the Star of David, right? So people think that this automatically represents the saved people of Bagelville. That is not true of what it represents. It's a symbol of mysticism. It's a symbol of magic and sorcery. That's why it's up on their wall inside of here. So don't be confused when you see it and go, oh, isn't that wonderful? It's the Star of David. And they think, you know, oh, it's that David from Scripture, that this is his star. There's nothing to do with it. And that's why it's up inside the Masonic Lodge. And that's why this is also up inside the Masonic Lodge. Get a load of this. You'll see under the all-seeing eye, the pentagram, right? The pentagram. Why would they have the pentagram in there if they weren't practicing magic? I mean, how stupid did all these guys really think we are? From the Satanic Temple, which is the dumbest. There's no words to describe what losers these people are and how stupid they are. Boy, you know what I mean? And they let them go on TV and talk and pretend like they're some liberal. They're a bunch of morons. If they ever put me on TV with those guys, I would run them over a million times worse than I've run any of these trolls. I would destroy these people. But nonetheless, they can't even answer a simple question. Why do they use the upside down pentagram as their logo if they don't believe in witchcraft and Baphomet, right? The upside down pentagram, the Baphomet, the regular pentagram used in witchcraft, they both are. It's a satanic symbol, period, right? And the Freemasons have it right there on their wall. What are they going to tell us? That they're huge fans of the Dallas Cowboys? Is that what we're going to hear? Oh, well, we like stars in the sky, so we have one of them up there. What? Huh? Right? What kind of excuse are they going to? Oh, well, the symbol, the 5-pointed star, okay, even with the lines not through it, it's still a pentagram. But this specifically, you know, I mean, it's a pentagram, right? A pentagram, representative magic, black magic, with the upside down pentagram, and it's right there on the wall. So you'll see the all-seeing eye of Lucifer not addressed. You'll see the pillars, of course. You'll see the pentagram, and you'll see the Star of David, which isn't really the Star of David. It's a symbol used in mysticism and occultism. So this stuff is right up in there. Take a look and listen to these people. I mean, it's just embarrassing, the answers that they give. They're like, oh, yeah, we go and we do these secret things, and then we go out and hang out afterwards, huh? We go out and get a beer. And that's why I'm in it. My dad was in it, so I joined, and then, you know, we have friends, and we go out and get a beer. I mean, and people buy this stuff. These are real legitimate answers. Why don't you talk about your secret handshakes, talk about your secret symbols, talk about how the people who are rich and they're like, oh, you know, we don't really network and do that stuff like people say. Oh, right. Talk about the black and white tiles, right? Why we see it everywhere. Why it's, every music video. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just a joke. It's a joke. But this is all people need to be spoon-fed, is information that's not information. So when they see this, they go, oh, yeah, they really are okay, that's all they're really doing there. Now I know when they're in my town or at a parade. Now I know who these people are. They're just, you know, it's like a frat. That's why they put this info out, because they're scared to death of channels like this and others out there who expose the embarrassment that is Freemasonry. I mean, Masons just continue coming to my channel and commenting on the video I did about a couple of them, one with the license plate, you know, and they're like, this guy doesn't know anything. This guy's a moron. I'm a Freeman. Oh, yeah, loser. Oh, my goodness. You couldn't be taking... I mean, boy, I'm pretty sure in the books that you read, you're supposed to come and deflect. You think we're not used to your mind control techniques? We're all used to it. Don't work on us. So get lost, turd. Go back to your Masonic lodge. Put your tighty-whities on. Get blindfolded. Have your handler hold a sword over your neck while your skid marks and your underwear are sitting there stinking the joint up. And continue to be embarrassment to society, because that's all Freemasons are. So take a look at this video. It's just, this is how they continue to roll this stuff out. Don't give anyone anything, but people will take it in and go, oh, now I know who they are, so I don't have to worry, and I'm not going to look into deep detail. It's a joke.
Was a Freemason, my grandfather was, so I asked to join, and they were delighted, and I had to have an informal interview, got asked a few questions, and then the date was set for when I joined. I had my joining ceremony, and then the rest is history, and that was 20 years ago now, but I still remember it like it was yesterday.
My interest in Freemasonry was very much sparked at an early age. I remember seeing my father and grandfather going off to meetings and very much enjoying their Freemasonry. I became very much attracted to the history and mysticism surrounding Freemasonry. At the same time, I was very much heavily involved with scouting before going to university, and Freemasonry for me very much followed on from that.
So I joined Masonry for a few reasons. The main one being to extend my circle of friends. Secondly, because I had an inquisitive mind, I wanted to know a bit more about the history of Freemasonry. I was asked to join by a good friend of mine, my next door neighbour, and at the time he asked me to put a letter into the lodge that I was interested in joining, and what I could offer the lodge as a man, and the things that I could to bring. So once that was approved, that letter, I went in for a short interview, met some of the guys, and I was happily approved, which is great. When I joined Freemasonry, I thought I was just joining a single lodge, but actually I've joined a much larger community.
I've made very good lifelong friends from a number of different lodges. We now have a young Masons club called the Essex Cornerstone Club, which provides an opportunity for like-minded individuals to come together and take part in social and charitable activities throughout the year.
So in Freemasonry we sometimes have to stand up and do some talking, and the good thing about that is that I can take that back to my work environment as a transferable skill. So being able to have that confidence and stand up and talk to people almost with authority gives me a good standing at work.
First of all, it's enabled me to meet people from various backgrounds that I don't think I would have had the opportunity of meeting before. I travel for work quite a lot, so whether that's local or international, I've got a great connection across the world. I think secondly, it's given me great life skills. In our lodge meetings, we stand up and we present and we talk, and that's great. And we do the same at work, so it gives me confidence at work. And then I think the other thing is coming to our meetings is a good space away from the busyness of life and work in general.
My initiation was actually very exciting. Although initially it appeared quite daunting, the actual ceremony itself was very personal and comforting, and something that I will remember and treasure forever.
I was in a room with lots of people that I knew, lots of people that I didn't know. It was a warm, friendly environment. It was a fantastic story, it really was, which continues throughout your Masonic journey. And then after the meeting, we had a lovely meal and a few drinks, and I think that's what it's all about.
My initiation ceremony is quite special, and it's special to every Freemason that joins. What I was blown away by was the amount of work that went in for that ceremony by lots of people that I'd never met before, and people that came up to you afterwards. You almost feel like a superstar afterwards, because everyone is there for you and for your initiation, and you automatically have these great friends around you and friends for life.
Ceremonies are things which take us back to our roots of medieval stonemasons, but also bring in some aspects of learning and personal development. And there's three ceremonies that we do quite often. The first is the ceremony of initiation. That brings a candidate into Freemasonry, and it really allows that candidate to reflect on who they are, on the fact that when everybody comes into this world, they come in as equals, and that as life progresses, sometimes people do better than other people. And it teaches us that we need to be mindful of that and see what we can personally do to help out those people who are less well off than us. The second ceremony, or the second degree, that teaches us to better ourselves, to reflect on who we are, how we fit into the world, how we can make ourselves better people through education. And then the final ceremony, the third degree, that teaches us that perhaps we only have so long on this world, that we're all mortal, and that we really need to make the most of our time here.